call it the big time. Got your name in lights. Now you're gonna shine. Got 'em in your sights.
This is Mustang Baseball Live on Tradio.
We welcome you into Mustang Baseball Live tonight from Grapevine, Texas. He's Jeff Knipper. I'm Will Connerly. The Mustangs and the Hawks of Birdville squaring off tonight. A 7-0 victory for Grapevine yesterday. And they arrive tonight with a huge opportunity. A win will clinch a fourth consecutive district championship. Big opportunity as they try to build on that shutout win last night. Jeff, what are your thoughts?
Well, it was a comfortable win last night. Mustangs put 2 on the board in the first inning, and Birdville did get some base runners on, but really didn't threaten to at any point in the game. The Mustangs actually won 7-0. It looked like they might have a chance to hit double digits, but didn't get there for the first time, I believe, in 7 games. The Mustangs broke a 6-game streak of hitting double digits. So hitters have definitely hit their stride.
They certainly did, and we'll get a chance to see Luke Esquivel on the mound tonight. He's working on a streak himself, 7 starts and 7 victories for him. He's got a still unbelievable 0 ERA on the season through 34 1/3. He's been a treat to watch. Last time out, Jeff, we got to see him author another one of those complete game, dozen strikeout efforts pretty much, and he's just been so good in district action and just all season with no runs allowed yet this year in 34 1/3.
Yeah, that's an incredible run he's been on, and you look at his numbers beyond the earned run average. He's allowing well below a hit per inning, and only walked 5 or 6, I think, all season. So his whip ratio is somewhere around a .75, which is just incredible to be allowing that low of a whip ratio. That's a combination of walks, hits, divided by innings pitched. And we've also seen his strikeout numbers continue to climb. He's averaging about a strikeout and a half per inning. So really taking care of business himself, not needing a whole lot of help from the defense.
And it was his brother who had the biggest day at the plate yesterday, a 3-hit effort for Lale Esquivel. All in all, the 7-0 victory we highlighted. And for Grapevine, they've been on such a great run for those that follow the program, but could be instrumental tonight. With a victory, it would clinch the #1 seed and the district championship because they would improve to 10-0, and that would be a 10-win mark. That's the highest Birdville could get to if they win out, but Grapevine certainly would have the head-to-head if they should win tonight, so that makes it certainly a big game. And the Hawks, they go to their ace on the mound tonight in Carson Blake, a hard thrower, so it should be a great pitching matchup this evening between two teams, but it was Grapevine handing Birdville their first district loss last night.
Yeah, we saw Blake. Blake has some good numbers. He's got a 1.76 ERA coming into tonight. Got 45 strikeouts on the year, so he's right up averaging about a strikeout per inning. And just looking at the Birdville team as a whole, the pitching seems to be the strength. We saw Brading coming out of the bullpen last night, and he struggled a little bit. Actually pitched about 3 innings. It'll be interesting to see if he's even available tonight. And he's been their top reliever. We see he comes into the game tonight with a .71 ERA. So that was one thing that I think the Mustangs accomplished last night, is possibly keeping their top reliever out of the game tonight. Yeah, Brading went 2 1/3 innings through 60 pitches. So that'd be a lot to ask for him to come back tonight.
It certainly would. We should see what will happen. We will hear from Jimmy Webster coming up on the other side. You're watching Mustang Baseball Live on Tradio.
Hello, I'm Logan Scott, and I'm here with back-to-back state champ head coach, Coach Webster. Coach, how are we doing today?
Wonderful. Doing really well. How are you?
Doing good myself. Just watched a good few rounds of BP from the guys. Getting ready for tomorrow. So, as mentioned, I'll play tomorrow. What are the keys to taking away 2 dubs away from Birdville here?
Well, Birdville can really pitch. They're usually well known for pitching and defending. So this is one of those times where we've just got to go beat a team. They're not going to gift us a whole lot. So we've got to play well and go beat them and not look for handouts. So I think that'll kind of be the case again.
With both of y'all being undefeated here heading into this series, does this kind of start to feel like more of like a playoff series in a sense?
Yeah, kind of. Because they're coming in hot, and they're obviously 6-0. So this is a big game, because if they just don't get swept, if they sweep or they split, they're still in great shape for the next 2 weeks after this. So this makes it a really big series. And if we sweep, then we win the district championship. So it's important,
with the series to go, right?
Right. And actually 2, because we're open the last one.
Oh, all right. You kind of mentioned earlier, like, not looking for handouts. Is that just bad pitching, or just when they're at the plate, just fighting, getting like a single or getting walked?
Well, we can't. This is one of those series where we can't say, "Hey, we know they're going to kick the ball around, so all we got to do is put it in play and count on them making errors." They're going to make plays, and they're not going to. I don't think they'll gift us a whole lot of walks. We're just going to have to get men on base, and then get a couple of timely hits. So that's kind of what I mean about we have to beat them, where they're not going to give us handouts.
All right, and then as a little mentioned earlier, this is going to be Thursday, Friday series. How much different is it to prepare for 3 days instead of having one game, or 1 day of practice game, 2 days of practice game? How big of a difference is 3 straight days in 2 games?
Well, we pulled off practice because we're not used to practicing 3 days in a row. So we didn't go long at all this week. And then playing Thursday, Friday, there's no difference in that than Tuesday, Friday, because our guys look forward to it and they're ready to play. They're ready to compete. So there's not going to be that big of a difference.
All right. And then as I watched practice today, there was a certain amount of juice, amount of excitement in the air. Could you feel that today as well?
Well, if you're out here a lot, you'll find out if you come to a lot of these, our kids are so competitive and you witnessed part of that today, where they will absolutely wear each other out if they don't do what's expected or they don't do things the right way. So there's not a whole lot of baseball things that we as coaches have to go over, because they're kind of running it themselves with their competitive nature, because we've got about 10 guys that don't like somebody else looking better than them. I mean, you see that. You see that. So that's what kind of drives their competitiveness, is they'll try to rob base hits from each other and then talk crap about it. So, and that's what I love about them. So yeah, that provides some of the juice that you referred to. So that's a normal day for us.
I also saw most underrated guy in a lot of people's eyes, Connor Ray. He made a good little play, and the Gianni celebrated with him a little bit. I'm wondering if you saw with that.
I heard it. I think is when I was throwing,
Yeah.
so I didn't get to see it, but I heard it. But you and I have talked about Gianni. I mean,
We mentioned him enough.
that's just typical Gianni stuff. And you and I have talked about Connor Ray.
Yeah.
That's typical Connor Ray stuff too, to make a play like that. And to just go back to short and get another ground ball here in a minute.
Right. Well, Coach, I want to thank you for your time today, man.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
All right. This is Logan Scott. Keep watching Mustang Baseball Live here on Radio.
All right, a look at the district standings. Grapevine in first place, 9-0. Birdville 6-1. So with a victory tonight, they would clinch their 4th consecutive district championship. The rest of the league, Argyle 4-3, Colleyville 4-3, Denton Ryan 2-5, Richland 2-6. And the Broncos of Denton still looking for their first district victory. A game recap as well from yesterday. We highlighted the matchup off the top, a 7-0 victory for the Mustangs. They look for the sweep tonight. They look to secure another district championship. But when we look at that recap and we go back to that matchup, obviously this game plays a huge role, a major matchup. A couple of the best arms going at it tonight. For each team, of course, the Aces, but we look back at that victory. Torres and Montez certainly did damage at the plate, and Lale Esquivel led the way with 3 hits.
Yeah, Montez had another good outing. He went 5 innings, only 4 hits allowed, no runs allowed. I believe he had 4 strikeouts on the night. He was in complete control, only walked 1 batter, and that was really the difference in the ball game. The hit totals were pretty comparable, but the Hawks pitchers walked 11 Mustang hitters, and that would really help the Mustangs put 7 runs on the board. All those walks, it was that was really the story of the game. Just all the control issues that the Hawks pitchers showed, and of course Lale Esquivel looked like he was going to leave the yard again last night. He hit one about 390. A double to the deepest part of the yard. Didn't get out of there, but it was quite a shot. Went 3 for 5 on the night and had 2 RBIs. So he's heated up. And yeah, we just flash over to Luke Esquivel, and those numbers speak for themselves. I'm not sure Luke could be any more dominant than what we've seen.
Yeah, hasn't allowed a run in 34 1/3. I mean, just masterful. His pitchability as well. A whip at .612. So doesn't really allow any base runners. Has yet to allow an earned run. And oh, by the way, 52 strikeouts. And he has been just so
Like he's been hitting like that for about a month, not just the last 6 games. And
hey, we got Ryan down on the field
again, Lale had 3 hits last night, so I would
what do you got, Ryan?
have to include him in that who's hot category.
Yes, the entire team's hot when you've ripped off a dozen consecutive wins. That's what Grapevine has done. They've won 7 straight against Birdville, dating back to their state championship season with a sweep again last year and the year before the state championship season, and then riding 6 straight wins against the Hawks into last night. They've taken 7 straight games against Birdville, looking to make it 8, and another year of sweeping them, trying to sweep them once again here. But in district play, you've got a really impressive marks from Luke Esquivel at the plate. He's hitting .414 in district play. And then you got Jorvorskie Lane hitting .400 in district action. There is a look at the lineup for Grapevine here tonight. It will be Luke Esquivel leading things off. He'll also be on the bump. Zack, Goldstein, Jorvorskie Lane, Lale, Esquivel, Gianni, Corral, Connor Ray, Nomar Torres, Santiago Montes, and then Connor Godet. Will Newton will play at second, but be hit for in the lineup. So that is what Jimmy Webster is rolling out with here this evening as we get a glance at the lineup and getting ready for some baseball tonight from Grapevine between Birdville and Grapevine. Really looking forward to it. Trey Bell, Jeff Knipper, Will Connerly. And we will have first pitch coming up soon.
Hello, I'm Logan Scott, and today I'm here with Caleb Evans. Caleb, to those who don't know you, please introduce yourself, man.
Hey, I'm Caleb Evans. I play for the Grapevine Baseball Mustangs varsity.
All right. Caleb, what's one guy in the majors you would want to face in an at-bat?
Probably like Trevor Bauer, because that's all I really know.
And then, if you got to pitch to one?
Probably Trevor Bauer.
Pitcher on pitcher battle. All right. Snapback or fitted hat?
Oh, I like the fitted hat. Actually, snapback if it's not sports, but fitted if it is.
All right. What's the best feeling in baseball?
Probably you releasing the ball and just crisp off your fingers. Like you just feel the snap, and it's just such a good pitch.
All right. And what's your favorite trend in baseball?
I don't really know. I think I like bat flips. Those are pretty cool.
All right. Well, Caleb, thanks for your time, man.
Thank you.
This is Logan Scott. Keep watching Mustang Baseball Live here on Radio. Hello, I'm
Second baseman number 0, Elvis Sanchez. And batting ninth for the Eagles, shortstop number 4, Ty Sigmund. Mustang Nation, you know what time it is. Let me hear you some noise for the Grapevine Mustangs. Tonight's reserve for the Mustangs, number 4, Cash Kircher. Number 5, Jackson Papadakis. Number 6, Jack Smithson. Number 8, Caleb Evans. Number 9, Andreas Martinez. Number 10, Reed Wyndham. Number 16, Vinny Slapa. And now the starting lineup for your back-to-back state champions. Leading off for the Mustangs, number 1, pitcher Luke Esquivel. Batting second, center fielder, number 2, Zack Goldstein. Batting third, right fielder, number 13, Jorvorskie Lane Jr. Batting fourth, third baseman, number 11, Lale Esquivel. Batting fifth, catcher, number 24, Gianni Carell. Batting sixth, shortstop, number 7, Connor Ray. Batting seventh, first baseman, number 12, Nomar Torres. Batting eighth, designated hitter, number 32, Santiago Montes. Batting ninth, left fielder, number 14, Connor Godet. And on second base for the Mustangs, number 15, Will Newton.
Check, check. Can you hear me? All right. Just want to make sure. Get my 2 cents in, Will.
We got Trey Bell, Jeff Knipper, Will Connerly, three-man booth tonight, Jeff, for a big match.
Ryan, you ready to bring? Oh,
Look
there
forward
they
to
are.
this
Those
one.
are the
Here we
kids.
go. I
Kids,
guess
run
we'll go
out,
back
pick your
on mute,
favorite
right?
player to stand by as we sing the national anthem. We ask that you please rise and remove your hats as we honor the brave servicemen and women in the armed forces, as well as our first responders with a presentation of the national anthem. Please welcome GHS's own choir member, Cecilia Allen, as she sings the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Wonderful job, CC Allen. Thank you so much. We got Ryan on the field for a special announcement.
All right, Grapevine. It is time for the two most important
All
words of the
right,
night.
we are ready for some baseball tonight. Grapevine and
Play
Birdville for the second.
Let's go, Grapevine.
Yes, we got play ball in. Jeff Knipper, Trey Bell, Will Connerly. Looking forward to this one. Luke Esquivel out on the bump.
On the mound for the Mustangs, number 1, Luke Esquivel.
Well, I need to talk to Ryan Hill. He's lost some weight.
He looks good,
I
doesn't
need
he?
to get on
Yeah.
his diet.
Yeah. You know, you just don't realize how much I've lost.
Yeah, you're still making me look good.
Don't sleep on Trey Bell.
Yeah.
He's made a lot of progress now.
I tell you what. Okay, whatever.
A lot of kids out here tonight. Good to see that. Youth night at the Corral tonight, and got to take the field with the Mustangs for the national anthem. And good crowd in general tonight.
This is going to be a great Friday night. I mean, the weather has settled down. You know, it rained before you guys got here. It rained on all the gear. We had to jump around and find something to cover it up. But it was a good atmosphere last night at the Hawks Nest, and they came out ready to take down the Mustangs. And their pitcher in the first inning and a half was pretty solid. But this lineup, it has no forgiveness as far as hitters go for the Mustangs. And then last night, I know you covered it in pregame already, Santi had a little extra oomph there. And then he battled out some times when he kind of slipped a little, I think.
Yeah, I feel like Santi's picked up a mile or two on his fastball since the early season, and we saw that in play last night as we get things started here.
Jack Subject will lead us off.
What number is he? Can you give me a number there?
18.
I may actually have some. We may be big time tonight, Will. I don't know. We'll see. What?
We'll be big time no matter what.
How about that?
0-2 count. Subject at the plate.
How about this, Will?
How about that? .380 batting average coming into the matchup last night, where he went 1 for 3 with a strikeout. Hits with the 0-2 count as Luke Esquivel works quickly.
Yeah, I need to figure out what's going on with my scoreboards.
Yeah, the top 3 hitters in the Hawks lineup all had a hit last night, but all singles, no extra base hits for the Hawks. And Mustangs played good defense, didn't give them anything.
And subject rung up on the punch-out. Luke Esquivel starts his outing off, getting his 53rd strikeout of the season.
Yeah, and so we're dealing also on the scoreboard with that bottom and top issue with the inning. We'll just have to keep our audience apprised of what inning it is.
We'll be right half the time.
We'll be right most of the time. Yeah, absolutely.
That's a ground
That's going to be a base hit.
Right on, pulled through the left side by Chase Reeves, and he gets aboard with 1 out.
Yeah, Lale was off the line a pretty good bit. Not sure had he been shading the line, he would have had a play, but he was off the line a good bit. I was actually a little surprised how shallow Zack is out there in center. The wind is not blowing out tonight, but not blowing in either. It's just kind of a crosswind. I feel like all of our outfielders are shallow.
Bunt dropped down by Carson Blake. Luke Esquivel going to second, but it's in and out of the glove. And so everybody's safe first and second with 1 gone.
Yeah, that was Luke made the right decision, but it was going to be a bang-bang play there.
Matthew Moore.
Actually, with 1 out, I think I would have been fine with him going to first base.
Yeah, I believe he made
But with that said, if Connor holds on, that's an out.
Yeah, I don't think Connor was expecting it. I think that's kind of what happened.
Yeah.
That's a normal straight first, and Luke had a different idea, and you know, like you said, he puts it on the bag, and it would have been an out. But I don't know who you give the air to there.
Moore lifts it to right field. Jorvorskie Lane is there. Tagging from
Look at that
second
gun.
to third is Reeves, but he pumps the brakes because that gun.
You need tickets for that gun show, baby.
Well,
he's got an arm.
The Hawks coach showed a lot of respect last night for Jorvorskie's arm. They had a runner at first base, and there was a ball hit to right field, a single to right field, and 1 out, an ideal spot where you try and go first to third there, and they held him at second. And it's not like it was a one-hop line drive either. It was a play where, and they had a pretty good runner. I think it might have been Reeves, who's a good runner, and they held him at second there last night. So, yeah, a lot of respect for Jorvorskie's arm.
So first one in for a strike to the catcher, Aiden Gray, after Moore flies out to right, a 0-1 count with runners on first and second. Yes, Lane, he can really appreciate all the tools he has, his arm, the speed that he has, certainly his best tool. A swing and a miss at 0-2 count, a big reason why he's projected to be a first-round draft pick this summer.
Yeah, we learned last night Gray's been the starting catcher for Birdville since he was a 10th grader. He is a senior this year.
And he fouls one back. Gray hitting .284 this year, went 1 for 3 with a strikeout, but hit just .180 last year. Was the starting catcher, like you mentioned, going on a 3rd season, but up to .284 this year, leading the team in run production with 16 RBIs, also has 5 doubles and a triple. Swing and a miss, though, a pair of punchies for Luke Esquivel, and the Hawks strand 2 in the top of the first.
I think Ryan's down there somewhere. Where are you at, Ryan? You got something lined up for us?
Dusty, we sure do.
I'm not gonna tell your secrets. I'm not gonna let them use you up. I'm not gonna pass any judgment. I'm not the usual. I'm not gonna lock you up. I'm not gonna throw away the key. I'm not gonna bat an eyelash. Oh, I'm not gonna miss a beat.
Trey Bell, Jeff Knipper, Will Connerly. No score after a half inning of action here from Grapevine, where they come to the plate here against the Southpaw. Carson Blake getting the start, and he has been pretty good for the Hawks here this season. A 1.76 ERA, a whip just above 1 as well, across a team high 47 2/3, and he struck out 45 batters, just shy of 1 per inning, only 13 walks. A two-way player, a big reason why he was a first-team all-district utility selection last year when he had a 2.10 ERA, hit nearly 300, and he starts this matchup here for the Hawks. We'll see what he can do, the left-hander, against this powerful Mustangs lineup.
Yeah, interesting that Blake is also a left-hander like last night's starter Moore. Not often you see two left-handers back-to-back, so that actually should favor the Mustangs, seeing a lefty last night. And I think their lineup actually matches up better against left-handers. They have 6 right-handed hitters in the starting lineup tonight, only 3 left-handed hitters. In past seasons, we might have been a little bit left-handed heavy, but we'll see Luke and Zack hitting from the left side, and the only other lefty is Carell.
First pitch swinging is Luke Esquivel. We highlighted his numbers in the Who's Hot department, but it's hard not to put everybody on the team on that, and Luke's certainly one of them. Right now swinging the bat well.
Yeah, we looked at the team stats last night for the Mustangs, and they were hitting as a team right around 340 on the season with an OPS over 900.
That'll play, and a reason why they've only lost 3 games all season long. The 1-1 is foul. Luke Esquivel on the season hitting .371. That's tied with Lale for the 3rd best average on the team, but in district play, he has a team best .414 batting average. Pretty impressive. And the 1-2. Foul back.
Luke had a good cut at that ball. Yeah, as a team, the Mustangs average 8 runs a game, and I mentioned in the pregame, last night was the first time they didn't hit double digits in 7 games.
That's grounded to first, diving stop by Shannon, and he dives to the bag, but not before Luke Esquivel legs out an infield single.
You know, Blake was a little bit late getting to the bag. The first baseman really had to try and get there himself. I don't know if Blake didn't get a good break on the ball, but that's typically a play where you need your pitcher to flip it to him and take that throw on the run.
Courtesy runner for the Mustangs, number 4, Cash Kircher.
So Cash Kircher runs for Luke Esquivel, beginning the bottom of the 1st with an infield single. Zack Goldstein now to the plate. Reached 5 times. You mentioned all those walks. Well, he was a beneficiary of a lot of them. He had 4 walks drawn yesterday, along with having a base knock, reaching 5 times in the series opening 7-0 victory for Grapevine yesterday.
Well, you've seen over at Fort Worth Christian a guy homer twice in a game. We got to see it last Thursday night up at Ryan. Zack went had 2 home runs and 6 RBIs that night.
And he skies this out to left. Eric Ortiz is camped under it. And he flies out. So after reaching 5 times last night, he skies out to left. And yes, you're right. That was such an impressive 6 RBI performance that he had up at Denton Ryan last week. Jorvorskie Lane Jr., a .360 hitter on the season, leading the team with 30 RBIs and 32 runs scored, along with 14 stolen bases, digs in.
I feel like Jorvorskie's due to leave the yard. It's been a minute since he hit one, and this might be a good matchup for him.
Foul ball right off his foot. A ball and a strike is the count. Speaking of leaving the yard, he's done it twice this season. And so you have Goldstein and Lale each with 3 home runs, and then Jorvorskie Lane Jr.'s put it out a couple times. Nomar Torres also with 2 home runs, and Jorvorskie Lane Jr. getting a hold of it down the left field line. That's extra bases. Kircher will be waved home Jorvorskie Lane Jr. digging for third. He stops halfway between. He'll be caught in the rundown, but Kircher comes home to score, and Jorvorskie Lane Jr. called out in between second and third. But the Mustangs take a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, I think Jorvorskie thought he had avoided that tag. But I think the umpire said he got out of the baseline. That's always
Up next for the Mustangs, number 11.
So it'll go down as a double for Jorvorskie Lane Jr. Took a healthy round around second, and we mentioned his speed. He's now on an 8-game hit streak after that double. One of the best marks on the team in the Who's Hot department. He's on an 8-game hitting streak, but he gets stopped there. We've seen him leg out a couple triples as well.
By the way, the pictures look.
Gets stopped right there, and now Lale Esquivel at the plate. Had a 3-hit night last night. Watches the first for a ball. And he grounds it to short. Sigmund on the first in time. So Blake able to get through the first, but not before the Mustangs put one on the board. Jorvorskie Lane Jr. doubles home a run, and the Mustangs lead by a run after an inning.
And we're going to hear from Caleb Evans
Hey,
on
Ryan,
some
where you
quick
at? I think
hits.
you have a special announcement for us.
Yes, sir, Dusty. Hey, I want to do something real quick.
Caleb, what's your dream vacation spot?
My dream vacation spot is probably going to be Cozumel.
All right. When it comes to hats, do you prefer a flat brim or a curved brim?
I like curve because it feels better on my face.
All right. What's the worst sound in a baseball game?
Probably off the end of the bat. That's going to be probably top one.
What's one superpower that you want?
I'd like to fly. That'd be pretty cool.
All right. When it comes to barbecue, do you prefer brisket or ribs?
Ooh, I like ribs. Those are good.
If you could design a City Connect jersey for the Grapevine Mustangs, what would you put on the jersey?
I'd put a big baseball with a big fire, just like it's burning, and probably a lot of glitter.
Wow. What's your favorite stadium besides your own stadium?
It's got to be the Savannah Bananas Grayson Stadium. That's pretty good.
And then who's the grandpa of the team?
Grandpa's got to be Lale, obviously.
Right. Okay, thank you for your time, man.
Yeah, once again, we're actually in the top of the second. It says bottom of the second on our board.
Grady Shannon watches first offering from Luke Esquivel, and swing and a miss on the next one to begin this top of the second. As Trey Bell pointed out, coming back on air, Trey Bell, Jeff Knipper, Will Connerly, happy to be with you. Glad you're joining us on Mustang Baseball Live on Tradio. As it misses low and inside, here to Grady Shannon.
Yeah, I'm really surprised how shallow Zack in center field and Connor Godet in left field are playing.
Swing and a miss, third punch out of the night for Luke Esquivel.
Number 10, Eric.
So he has had 4 outings of 10 or more strikeouts, including his last time out, and already 3 through an inning and a third of action.
Yeah, definitely has a good fastball tonight, and has good breaking pitch right there to get ahead.
An 0-1 count to Eric Ortiz. He had to track down that ball in left field that Jorvorskie Lane Jr. hit. It was an RBI double to drive home Cash Kircher, the courtesy runner for the man on the mound, Luke Esquivel, who started the inning off with an infield single, then came across to score on Lane's now team-leading 31st RBI of this season. A ball and a strike. The count now to Eric Ortiz, a 194 hitter this season, went 0 for 2 last night.
Yeah, the strength of the Hawks lineup is definitely in the top half. It's going to be a tough play.
Over from third, Lale on to first. The stretch made by Torres, and they throw it around the horn. 2 up, 2 down here in the top of the second.
Nice play right there by Lale because Connor Ray was not going to be able to get to that ball and throw him out. Lale had to cut that one off, and it just was outside of Luke's reach, so he came a long way himself to get to that ball.
Elvis Sanchez now at the plate with 2 down. And the first low and inside from Luke Esquivel. You got Godet in left, Goldstein in center, Lane in right, with Lale at third and Connor Ray at short. Will Newton at second, no more Torres at first as the first 2 miss outside the zone from Luke Esquivel, working with Gianni Corral, his battery mate behind the plate.
Luke's working quick and sometimes maybe just a little too quick.
Loves to go very speedy in between the pitches. That's another one back to Lale, gathers it on the hop on to first in time. A speedy 1-2-3 frame for Luke Esquivel. Mustangs back to the plate when we come
Why
back.
don't you tell them what it is, Ryan?
Dusty, I got a little known fact for you. Coaches
We're back to action here on Mustang Baseball Live on Tradio. Gianni Corral fouls one away as we begin the
Now
bottom
batting for the Mustangs,
of
number
the
24,
second
Gianni
inning.
Carell.
And the 0-1. Corral swinging again, skies it towards center field. And he'll fly out to begin the inning as Jack Subject comes in to make the catch.
Up next year, Mustangs, number 7, Connor Ray.
You big music guy, Jeff? Because you'll get your taste of it here at Grapevine, right?
I actually used to, announce and DJ for the game, so I did have a pretty big selection of music up there, and honestly, at times I wish I was still playing the music here.
Oh wow! you don't like the chair you currently occupy?
Well, I do.
That's
but
crazy.
I like to play. I like to play the music I want to hear.
He does. He likes it.
Connor Ray at the plate.
I was kind of disappointed when you get to determine what Coach Webster's walk-up song would have been there in between innings.
He's picking a little country, it sounded like, right?
Yeah, he did.
You weren't expecting that?
No, well, I didn't really catch what song they determined was his.
The hell of a year is what it sounded like.
Okay.
Those were the lyrics, at least. But it's Connor Ray. He has had a hell of a year.
Yeah, you just got us damaged on FCC. No, just kidding.
3-2 count. Ray.
I just love Connor Ray's approach up the plate. I mean, now he's going to be on base. Mustangs will have a runner on first.
Yeah, you're right. I mean,
That's your Mustang
when you're hitting
number
above
12,
400, your
Nomar
approach has to be
Torres.
pretty special. And Connor Ray's done that. And more impressive than his average, his OBP, about 550 on the year. Ray, who went 0 for 3 last night, did get aboard, though, on a walk. And getting on base so frequently, he finds himself on first after the free pass to begin the inning. And that comes in to hit Nomar Torres, so runners on first and second.
Yeah, and I noticed Torres has a 7-game hit streak going, so sure he'd like to swing the bat and get a chance to extend that.
Oh, yes.
Santiago
And
Montes.
he took over the team's best batting average now during that streak. He's 1 for 2 yesterday with 2 RBIs and a walk. An OBP like Connor Ray above 500, but a 7-game hit streak. Pretty impressive.
We've seen Santi heat up at the plate. He had 2 hits last night and has definitely swung the bat a lot better over the last month than he did early in the season. He's actually, brought that average up to where it's at now. Got up to a slow start during the tournament season.
So 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out, 2 on here for Grapevine. With Montes at the plate, and so much is made about Luke and his dominance, but how about a .6 ERA for Santiago Montes after he went 5 shutout yesterday?
Not too shabby when your Tuesday pitcher can go out there averaging, and that's a 7-inning ERA.
A .6 and 35 innings with 32 strikeouts. He can get up there too, topping out around 89 miles an hour.
And he's a big dude. I mean, all this entire team, top to bottom, with the exception of a couple guys, they are big. They're all big frames, big shoulders. Santi stands in there. He's a grown man.
Takes for a strike. He does have that extra base hit ability. Those 2 hits last night, but to go along with the 5 shutout innings, has 5 doubles and 12 driven in on the season.
He was taken all the way on that one.
So the 3-1 from Blake upcoming.
Yeah, really wasn't sure Santi would be that second district starter. We knew Luke would be one of them, but Santi's really stepped up, and when given that role, has shown he deserved it.
But let's think about what do they have in the saddle? I mean, or in the pin. Oh, that's a
double play probably.
Sigmund off to second. There is the inning-ending double play. So a walk-in hit by pitch doing no harm for Carson Blake. He gets a 6-4-3 turn. We're through 2, and it's a 1-0 score.
Hello, I'm Logan Scott, and I'm here with Andres Martinez today. Andres, those who don't know you, please introduce yourself, man.
Hello, I'm Andres Martinez. I'm an outfielder and an infielder, so I can say I'm a utility player.
Hey, we'd like to thank our sponsors tonight, the GHS 10th Man Club, for bringing you Mustang Baseball Live, and Action Logistics for our second camera tonight. We do have a second camera. Actually, Tradio is investing in the operator on the second camera. But we've got 2 to bring you the greatest experience from the Corral, and we got a third sponsor here, the CJ Knipper Memorial Golf Tournament. And Jeff, if you can give us a few words about the schedule and what we can do to be a part of it this year, that'd be great.
Sure thing, Trey. Friday, October 16th, we'll be out at Fossil Creek that afternoon. We'd love to have you come out as a player, a whole sponsor, volunteer. Go to our website to get signed up. It's cjmemorialgolftournament.com. And this will be the 7th tournament we've had. We've raised we've awarded $55,000 in scholarships to date to graduating Grapevine seniors active in DECA, and the golf tournament is how we make that happen. So come out and support the cause. It'll be a fun day for a great cause.
Ty Sigmund striking out to begin the inning. That is fantastic. What's the cost?
It's $600 for a team, $150 for a individual registration. If you want to sponsor a hole, it's $200 to sponsor a hole. But a great way if you have a business, come out and promote your business. We'll have about 30 to 35 teams on the course. So a lot of great people come out, support the cause, and so if you want to promote your business, it's a great way to do it.
So the CJ Knipper Memorial Golf Tournament.
Correct.
Wonder if that'll be on Tradio as that's fouled away.
We've talked about it in the past, but unfortunately it tends to fall on football Friday night. So we have a limited production capabilities. But I sit on a par 3 hole, and we have closest to the pin contest. I would love to actually commentate on the shots on those par 3s.
Oh, yeah.
No slurring.
Well, there's plenty of that going on among the players.
So Jack Subject a little shaken up after the foul ball, but that would be a fantastic if we could collect some of the guys from Tradio to put together a foursome and maybe go out there, support Jeff Knipper and the CJ Knipper Memorial Golf Tournament coming up this fall.
Yeah, in actually less than 2 weeks, the senior awards banquet here at Grapevine will be held, and we'll be awarding scholarships that night. So that total number that I gave you is about to climb the amount of scholarships that we have awarded. Won't give away the details yet on how many scholarships we will award, but there will be some awarded on April 20th.
Another strikeout for Luke Esquivel. Back-to-back punch-outs to begin this inning.
Imagine that, another strikeout.
Another strikeout. Hard to imagine, but
he's on that 2 strikeouts per inning pace, the same thing that Dr. K was on.
Yeah, this game is flying by. That last half inning, I feel like Luke wasn't out there more than about a minute and a half.
No, went 3 up, 3 down.
What I noticed is he's doing a fantastic job of changing speeds. You know, and changing the rate of his delivery. You know what I mean?
He works so quick in between.
Well, he works quicker and quickest.
Yeah, as a hitter, you better be ready because that ball is coming when he toes that rubber.
And 0-2, he'll look to strike out the side in order here to Reeves. And Reeves has himself another base hit. The only 2 hits of the night have come off the bat of Chase Reeves for Birdville. And they have an 0-2, 2-out single to left.
Number 2, Carson Blake.
So that breaks a stretch of 7 straight retired for Luke Esquivel and Carson Blake. He was the guy who bunted last time up, and Luke Esquivel threw it over to Connor Ray, dislodged from his glove, and it put runners on first and second in the first inning. Ground ball, Will Newton flips it off to Ray, side retired. Another quick inning for Luke Esquivel through 3 shutout, and it's a 1-0 lead for Grapevine.
Leading off for the Mustangs,
We're back to action.
number 14, Connor
1-0
Godet.
score. Connor Godet leading things off 9-1-2 due up for Grapevine here against Carson Blake.
Yeah, the Mustangs only have one hit so far, and not entirely surprising because Blake is coming off a really good outing last week against Richland. He pitched a complete game shutout, had 6 strikeouts in that game, and on the season, his whip ratio is only a 1.07. So he has been a very solid and at times dominant pitcher coming into tonight. So, yeah, the Mustangs off to a little bit of a slow start, but again, sometimes when you face good pitching, that's what happens.
The lefty, another really good year as a junior, had a 2.10 ERA with 55 strikeouts. He was a tough luck loser a lot, though, a 3-8 record, but a 2.10 ERA, a 1.76 ERA this season for the lefty. And Godet watches for the second strike, 2 balls, 2 strikes the count.
Yeah, I was looking at his numbers last year, and he certainly could make a case. He didn't get a whole lot of run support with that ERA and that record.
Oh, that's nice. That one's hit pretty well.
Subject there.
Oh, wow, the center fielder.
Well, he lost it. He lost it. It's a high sky.
Yeah, honestly, he should have made the play, but just couldn't find it.
That's a standout double
that
for the
ball,
Mustangs.
that ball was
Now
hit
batting for the Mustangs.
on the one place where these downlight,
Number 1,
they don't track it,
Esquivel.
and you'll see around the field on these poles they do have uplighting, but it doesn't carry to the center of the field. See, look at the base of all these. They have 2 or 1 uplight, and that's supposed to get the fly balls. But right down the middle of the pipe, they don't have a lot of coverage. And I think that was the result of that. The ball was lost up in the sky.
Luke Esquivel takes for a strike.
Yeah, we've talked about the design of those lights before, and I got to be honest, I'm not an expert on lighting, but it seems like you need them to project out more than straight down.
An 0-1 count to Luke Esquivel.
It's all dollars and cents, Jeff Knipper.
Well, I'm sure they're high dollar lights. I mean,
they're super high dollar and efficient, and you know they do a pattern analysis on what's not covered. They try to cover everything, but the issue has to do with fly balls that are hit high, and you just don't have the lighting to cover them in certain places.
Well, the Hawk center fielder really appreciates your explanation there.
Well, they got well, I mean, he lost the ball. I mean,
well, when it was hit off the bat, I mean, you brought it up. It was a well-hit ball, but as it continued to progress, it looked like routine as routine could get it. He just lost it. It was well struck in the air for a long time, though.
Yeah, he really didn't need to go back that far to get it.
Oh,
That's
look at that.
Well hit.
No,
that's in the gap.
That doesn't need any lighting.
Nope, that's down. And Luke Esquivel digging for second and coming home to score. Connor Godet, it's a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, he smoked that ball. That was thought it was going to get to the wall, but center fielder did cut that down, but Godet was able to score right there.
Now batting for your Mustangs, number 2, Zack Goldstein.
I see the bubble maker has made an appearance tonight. Might be a spot where Zack bunts here with nobody out and a runner at second. Yeah, he's going to square.
Great bunt. It's a base hit. Nobody's there. Boom. How many times? Last night he did it.
Yeah, he laid down a perfect bunt last night down that third baseline, and you just can't throw him out when he gets out of the box from that left side. If he gets it down that third baseline, it's going to be a base hit.
So he can
Now
bunt,
batting for the
he
Mustangs,
can
number
put it over the
13,
wall.
Jorvorskie Lane Jr.
Reaching 5 times yesterday and getting aboard here on a bunt single. Right off the bat, Trey Bell, bunt single. I mean, he's on it. He's on it on the light, ball in the lights, and right there. We'll see what we have in store now.
No bigger fan of the bunt than Trey Bell.
It's a good play. Puts runners on the corners for a man who's already driven in a run up to a team best 31 on the year, and he may have another RBI here. No, runner stays put, but then they send the runner home, slide into the plate, safe there.
Mustangs on the board.
It doesn't matter, but I feel like Gray was blocking the plate there without the ball. That That should have been. He should have been awarded the plate regardless.
That's a call they're not going to make unless he's out.
But he forced the runner to really kind of slow down because
he did not give him a path to the plate.
Yeah, he didn't have
He's
a path.
supposed to give him a path.
Yes.
He can block the first part of the plate, the front half, but he's got to give a path, and he was camped out in front of the whole thing there. So.
Yeah.
Ends up not mattering with the courtesy man coming home to score. Either way, encourage her. But
hey, you got speed on the bases here. Let's see how the lefty handles Jorvorskie Lane
leads
Jr.
the team.
That was almost a balk. You see, he like get his front foot hung up, didn't he? Was I wrong with that?
No, you're on the money tonight. I'll tell you that.
A lot of firsts in that column for Jorvorskie. First in RBIs, first in runs scored, and first in stolen bases.
He's got 14 stolen bases. Can really motor around the paths. We'll see if he can do it here. Doesn't go.
Look at that ball.
But he'll advance to second easily. Lale Esquivel smokes one. So a 3-hit night last night, and he's got a knock here to put first and second. Now for Gianni.
Yeah, Mustangs finding the barrel this inning. First time through the lineup, only one hit, but now I've hit a couple of
number 24,
lasers from the Esquivel brothers.
Yeah, but both of them are heating up at the right time. And this is, last year it was kind of the reverse, right? Because they were both pounding the ball near 500, and they started flagging a little bit. It's been completely inverse. 350, 360, and bam, they're super hot. You saw them on Luke was on the Who's Hot list, right?
Yeah, 500 in the last 6 games. And, Luke did get off to a little bit of a slow start at the plate. Certainly not on the mound, but at the plate he did and has really heated up at the plate.
Yeah, he's hitting well over 400 in district play alone. And 2 for 2 tonight for Luke. And now Lale with a knock standing at first. And Gianni Corral takes the first off the plate for a ball.
Look down for a sign. Only got one sign. I don't know if that was all that was intended, but only got one sign from Coach Webster.
Oh, that's they had a little play on there, Jeff, and it looked like they would have had him if they held on to the ball.
Yeah, and actually, I think if Jorvorskie gets up there, he probably gets to third, but I guess maybe couldn't find the ball. Gonna have a mound visit.
So what do you think here, Will? Why is he going out? You think maybe they did something and the play was incorrect?
Well, I think, too, you've allowed 4 hits in the inning. Inning starts with one of those doubles that you feel like it wasn't the pitcher's fault, right? Ball hung up in the lights. And so I think the message here is something to the effect of you probably should have had that fly out. You got to flush it. And now he's leaving the ball over the plate because he's been out there throughout a good portion of this inning after having some quicker innings and some good defensive help. I mean, he got the 6-4-3 turn to end the second. And so I think it's just a settle down situation and probably tell him, hey, you got a ground ball double play to end the second. You can do the same here in the third.
Yeah, and that's just tough luck. That ball Godet hit should have been played. But that happens.
Now batting for the Mustangs, number 24,
Speaking of pitchers on the mound, tell us about your buddy that got his MLB first opportunity to pitch in the bigs, right?
Yeah, last week, one of my buddies.
What's his name?
The Cubs, Riley Martin. Played with him at the Division II level. He actually pitched again today in the 9th inning, a 1-2-3 frame. Swing.
Wow, is he a hard thrower or crafty or
94-95 from the left side. He's been up to 98.
Wow.
You guys have seen that.
We have Dr. K.
Oh, yeah.
Dr. K numbers.
I mean, he was what, 96, 97?
No.
Up to 100 at one point, right?
Oh, look at that.
That's through the left side.
That's through.
Oh, Reeves diving
my.
and caroms into the outfield lane. Will come across. It's a 4-0 lead.
You don't see a hit and run like that with runners at first and second very often. it worked out because that third baseman was going to the bag, and Gianni hits it right to the spot he left.
So Connor Ray will come up to the plate.
Jackson Papadakis.
So Papadakis now running at first for the catcher as a courtesy. As Grapevine extends their lead with Jorvorskie Lane Jr. coming home to score on Corral's knock to the left side. Still runners on the corners now for Ray. He's been one of the best hitters this season for Grapevine.
Yeah, Mustangs bats have come alive this inning. I mean, it had the look of another potentially close game, and now here the Mustangs sit on a 4-0 lead and still threatening. A little surprised, well, early break.
So caught in a run
Go
down.
now.
And just an out. No runner advancing. Lale stays put at third for the second out. Caught in between first and second, the courtesy man, Jackson Papadakis.
Yeah, started to say I was a little surprised the Hawks middle infielders weren't playing in on the grass just to try and cut a run down at the plate.
Well, it definitely was well played by the pitcher. Okay, when he took off, he didn't commit to that runner at first. He turned around and froze the guy at third first. And then he came back to that runner that was going between first and second. And that play is predicated on the fact that he goes to first without even checking. That must be a tough play right there. Look at that. Boom! Oh! Let's see if I can get a replay on that one. Boom.
Yeah, Connor got down the line in a hurry, but
all right.
Looks like they got him by a step over there.
All right, take us out, Will.
All righty. So Grapevine adding a couple more on. They lead 4-0.
All right, we got a special treat for you out here and down the baseline. All right, we got the dot race, but we've got a twist on it tonight. Out all the way down by the foul pole, you'll find a Yoshi, a Pikachu, and a Spider-Man. When I say go, we're gonna have a dot race. Let's see who can get here first. But put your wagers out right now. You got Pikachu, Spider-Man, or Yoshi. Get your bet in. Here we go. On the count of three, we're gonna go. 1, 2, 3, let's go!
We're back to action here on Mustang Baseball Live on Tradio. Jeff Knipper, Trey Bell, Will Connor, and Luke Esquivel on the bump. 3 shutouts so far, beginning his 4th inning of action. Here in the top of the 4th. It's the heart of the order up for the Hawks, 4, 5, and 6. Matthew Moore flew out to right last time up. Swing and a miss.
Yeah, Moore leads the Hawks with a 400 average and also has an 1176 OPS, so has done a lot of damage for them at the plate.
Oh, that one almost made it back to the chemistry lab.
The lab thankful for the netting, certainly.
Yeah.
Unless they want a souvenir, right?
You know, in all the years that we've been doing this, I've never seen a ball hit a window. I mean, we got windows here.
True.
And the only thing that's been in jeopardy has been you and I, Jeff.
Well,
The equipment earlier, you said.
we've taken some dings out of that
Tradio truck.
out of the bullpen, but not with foul balls.
Yeah, that's true.
The 2-2, strike 3. Luke Esquivel keeps adding to his total.
Will, you were a pitcher in college.
I was.
Well, changing speeds, staying on the outside away from the batters, up, down, left, and right. I mean, it's an incredible display, isn't it?
It is. It's phenomenal to his pitch mix. I mean, it's foul back. Jeff and I think, touched on this in his complete game shutout. I'm sure you've seen him pitch almost every outing he's had in his career so far through a couple seasons. And his pitch ability is the most impressive thing. Yes, he can throw 90. Yes, he's only 16 years old. And a handful of guys can only do that. But to be able to have the pitch ability and throw the breaking ball and then also the changeup for strikes has been so impressive as that's popped out to shallow center. Connor Ray there.
My man, C-Ray, will sting you if you give him a chance.
Grady Shannon.
So Aiden Gray pops out to short. Grady Shannon now at the plate. So Luke with 6 punch outs so far. Already had 4 outings with double-digit strikeouts, and it feels like he's trending in that direction as he blows the fastball behind Grady Shannon, who struck out swinging in the second.
You were there last week when he pitched. I forgot about that, Will.
He had a dozen. Also against Colleyville right here, he also had another 12 strikeout effort.
You were here for that one.
Out. That's right.
Oh, my gosh. I think you're the talisman.
And he'll look for his 7th strikeout over the night here.
So you're getting to follow, Will, you're getting to see a lot of really good talent at the high school level this year.
No, Tradio has really done a great job covering some great athletes. Of course, you know that well with the work we do at Fort Worth Christian and what Grady Emerson expected to be one of the top picks of the upcoming draft. And you got Jorvorskie Lane, who's expected to be a first rounder.
Now, I heard there was a mock draft and they had the Twins taking him in 3rd spot.
Yes, and then the Rays have the 2nd pick, so he could potentially go there.
Jaworski?
No, Grady Emerson.
Okay, well, I thought he was projected to go 2nd in the draft.
Well, second would be what, Tampa Bay?
Yes.
Is that what you said? This was Ryan Hill, Dayson's dad. So I'm sure he's following those mocks that have a high degree. Look at that.
And there's Lane, another guy who's mocked in the first round quite a bit this summer. So a 1-2-3 frame for Luke. He adds another strikeout.
Dusty,
and we go to the bottom of the 4th, a 4-0 score.
Get us some music. I got some friends here.
All right, Mustang Nation, let me hear you. Now batting, number 12, Nomar Torres.
So Nomar Torres leads us off. 7, 8, and 9 due up in the Grapevine order. 4-0 advantage. They had 3 in the bottom of the 3rd. They had one in the bottom of the first on a Jorvorskie lane RBI double. And it's sky to center. Is this up in the lights as well?
Well, yeah, he got a bad jump on it.
Oh, the second baseman,
got it.
Elvis Sanchez, makes the grab. And there's one out.
A lot of respect in the outfield. A lot of respect in the outfield on Nomar.
Batting for your
That time
Mustangs, number
the
32, Santiago Montes.
The left fielder. Oh, thank you. The left fielder was way back in center as well.
Yeah, the Hawks outfielders are playing significantly deeper than the Mustang outfielders.
And so one gone here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Mustang Baseball Live on Tradian. Jeff, Trey, Will, happy to be with you. Carson Blake on the bump, a 1-0 pitch is upstairs. Torres pops out to second. Now Montes fouls the 2-0 pitch back, looking to do damage. He grounded into a double play to end the second last time up.
I think, Will, you mentioned in the pregame that Blake has been clocked at 90 in the fall, and I'd say he's right around 90 tonight. Got a good arm.
They definitely, pitching had been their calling card en route to their first 6 district victories before losing their first district game to these Grapevine Mustangs last night. And Santiago Montes draws a walk, and the other component of that is
number 14,
Jeff and
Connor
Trey, you
Godet.
guys have followed this journey. I mean, you go back 5 years ago, it's a team that didn't have an above 500 record in district play, to then follow that up with a district championship, and then another one, and then another one, and now you win tonight. That's 4 straight years that you would be the #1 seed in district champions. Pretty impressive. If they win tonight, they would move to 48-2 in their last 50 district games. That is pretty dang good.
Yeah, I was looking at that earlier, and that's crazy, 48-2 in your district.
If they win tonight, yeah.
Right, but
It is fantastic, and you got to put things in perspective, okay? In 2018, Will,
yes,
they were knocked out of the playoff run. They actually had to play a series on Saturday, and that night was their prom. And I don't know if everybody was focused where they needed to be focused. But 2019, and
it's another hit.
the team that beat
Now
them,
he's going to get there. Boy, Santi better get back.
he'll be doubled
done,
up
yeah.
easily. So that's an inning-ending double play.
where I was going with that, there's a lot of tradition at the school.
Oh, no doubt.
Since state championship in 2016. So, okay, maybe a couple years where things were not where they were
100%.
expected. But the bottom line is, never underestimate Mustangs.
Never. I mean, you even look back to 23, they go to the quarterfinals. A game away from another Final Four, and then the next 2 years they win the title, and we'll see what they do this year.
I'm a senior, and I'm a Rangers commit.
Andres, who's the GOAT of baseball?
I'd say I really like Ken Griffey Jr. as an outfielder, and as an infielder, I think I always grew up watching Derek Jeter. So I'm probably going to go with those two.
All right. What's your favorite post-game meal spot?
In-N-Out. In-N-Out is always a great option.
All right. What makes a good pair of cleats?
Honestly, I feel like the design of the cleats. I feel like I'm too picky about it, but for me, like, it also depends on the team, the colors of the team that I'm playing. But like, it has to match like the style of the brand and the colors of the team.
All right. And besides PEDs, what illegal substance would you make legal in baseball?
The sticky stuff. As a pitcher, the sticky stuff. I think that would be legit if we can see that back.
All right. Andres, thanks for your time, man.
Of course.
This is Logan Scott. Keep watching Mustang Baseball Live here on Tradio.
Hawks, number 10, Eric Ortiz.
So we welcome you back to Mustang Baseball Live on Tradio. Another inning of action for Luke Esquivel.
So finishing off on the comment I made, and the 2020 season that was COVID shortened, they didn't have the hitting that these last couple of years have had. But I'm gonna tell you, they had pitching. They had 6 seniors on that squad that could have all been the Friday night pitcher. I mean, Coach Webster's toughest challenge on that COVID team was going to be how to keep the guys engaged, because he wasn't going to be able to pitch them, get them all the innings. So,
I mean, and you brought it up earlier for this group, like what this team has just in 2026 in the bullpen. You saw Swenson come in last night. Vinny Slappa is a good arm. I mean, obviously Lale can come in and throw hard along with what you've got with Montez and Luke.
Yeah, but that, I thought you were talking about the guys coming up. I watched the JV today against the Hawks team. And, man, they got some guys that can actually absolutely bring it, okay? Big dudes. They got a guy that's a submariner or submariner, I don't know how you'd like to say it, but a guy that throws from under. Absolutely, kind of like Ben Rodriguez.
Sidewinder?
No, not sidewinder.
Oh,
he's coming under.
Okay.
Well, that's why I said submariner.
All right. That's why he said it.
Yep, and I'm going to tell you, kind of like, I don't see a lot of drop-off on their defense and pitching next year.
Well, they still have some key contributors even this year that are juniors.
Gosh, Connor Ray, man.
Yes.
Connor Ray, maybe the guy that flies under the radar too much.
Hitting north of 400 when the week began, and he has had a phenomenal year playing shortstop, been a part of a championship squad. And, well, make it 8 punch-outs for Luke Esquivel, 2 to start this inning.
Yeah, we touched on it last night. I feel like pitching-wise, the Mustangs have more coming back, but they've got a lot of holes in that lineup to fill after this season. Big hole to fill behind the plate with Gianni. Lale's a 4-year starter, and Zack Goldstein's a 3-year starter out there in center field. Obviously, Jorvorskie Lane, first year as a Mustang, but a big bat to replace there.
Absolutely. A lot of seniors on this team overall that you're going to look back, and they certainly made their mark already in Mustang baseball history, and they're looking to continue that history. Some of these seniors looking to win their 3rd straight state championship, and multiple guys like Gianni and Zack part of those last 2 in big ways.
Luke looking to strike out the side right here.
Of course, like you mentioned, Lale. So
this guy was really late on the swing. Look where Lale's playing. He is on the bag at 3rd.
It's the 9-hitter, Ty Sigmund. And it's Luke Esquivel striking out the side in order. 9 punch-outs tonight for him. He's through 5 scoreless, a 4-0 lead for the Mustangs. All right, so Luke Esquivel strikes out the side in order. Last half inning.
Esquivel
9 strikeouts for him. Oh, by the way, he's also 2 for 2 at the plate. And so we'll continue to talk about him as he digs in to begin this bottom of the 5th inning. Just another one of those days where a Grapevine pitcher, 5 shutout and a pair of hits. It's exactly what Santiago Montes did last night. 5 shutout, 2 hits. Luke Esquivel, he's had that line thus far and could expand upon it here as he leads off the bottom of the 5th.
Yeah, Luke's made it look pretty easy out there tonight.
Skies it on the infield. He'll be retired on a pop out. Grady Shannon makes the grab. And that is the thing. He's made it look easy, and it's everything but, right? When you're carving through a lineup like that, I mean, I know you were a high-level hitter, and Trey Bell, I mean, back in his day, he could put the ball out of the yard, too. You know it's not easy to carve guys up.
I have never said I could put the ball out of the yard.
Oh, no, I was just
I was
assuming.
a gap hitter, negative.
Gap hitter. But either way, you know, from being at the plate, it's not easy
Yeah, Will,
for
but
a pitcher to do
I
that.
scored runs, I stole bases, I hit doubles and triples.
You did everything for the squad.
No, I did everything that I could do with what I had, and it wasn't hit the ball over the fence.
That was
like
Jeff
Jeff.
Knipper's
Oh,
job,
yeah, he's a big strapping first baseman that you give him something low and inside, and he's going to yank it.
Well, this Birdville team's got some good hitters, and you know, but Luke's been dominant against good hitters all season, and it's not as easy as he makes it look.
Yes,
Let's just say that.
61 strikeouts now for him in 39 1/3, and he's yet to give up a run. So that pretty much tells you the entire story. And if it doesn't, well, watch Mustang Baseball Live on Tradio, and you'll get a better idea. If you're watching now, you certainly understand. He can mix and match, work fast, change speeds, throw strikes, and rack up a lot of punch-outs. He's done it again tonight. Another ball skied in foul territory, and Aiden Gray, the catcher, out of his leather.
Well, that ball was up there.
Yeah, it's a light one again.
I don't know if that was a light one or just a – I don't know. I really don't know. It seems like it'd be tough to catch a real high one here, though.
Well, the major league pop-up for sure, and again, that catcher's mitt's not really made for catching pop-ups.
Oh, here we
as
go
I've
again.
said that.
Here we go again. This is a first baseman defending it. Were you here, Will, when he said the first baseman's mitt's not made for catching pop-ups?
Well,
I don't think I was. I need to hear more about
yeah,
that.
no, this is actually the Jeff Knipper school of I don't need to catch fly balls at first, where he said
you will never
that
see
first baseman's mitt is not made for fly balls.
Well, you'll never see an outfielder's mitt with a design like a catcher's mitt or a first base mitt. That first base mitt's made for digging balls out of the dirt. But, I mean, it certainly can be done, but it's not an ideal design.
See, I appreciate that look, Will. You agree with me.
Well, Goldstein walks, and what I will say is Jorvorskie Lane grounds it to short. It could be 2, but the relay not in time for the speedy Jorvorskie Lane Jr. What I'll say on that note is I was just a pitcher and a pitcher only, and when balls came our direction, they told us to get out of the way.
Number 11, Lale Esquivel.
And typically it's the shortstop or the second baseman that would come in and make that play, not the first baseman, not on the pop-up.
So you're listening to and watching Mustang Baseball Live on Tradio. We're live at the Corral here, and it's Birdville and the Stangs, the Hawks and the Stangs here for Game 2 of the District Series. Last night they played, each of them were undefeated. I guess the final score was 7-0.
That's right.
Jeff?
That is correct.
Got Jorvorskie on first here. We're having an icon crisis. We just must have paid our bill because now we got the runner icons back. Oh, that's a way up there.
Yeah, Jorvorskie was running on the pitch. I started to say I don't think the Mustangs had a stolen base last night.
Well, there's got to be a lot of respect for this catcher. What is he, a 3-year starter, Jeff?
He is, and last night's
Martinez
broadcast.
had one, I think, last night.
Andres?
Okay.
Oh, yeah, delayed still. You're right, Will.
Well, if you remember, though, that should have been an out. The ball beat him to the bag, and they just didn't make the the play. But yeah, because I
do remember watching that.
They didn't catch him off guard like they were hoping to do. I guess you got to give him the stolen base there, but it should have been an out if the second baseman or shortstop had made the catch.
Swing and a miss. But you mentioned 7-0 last night, Trey. How about this now? 20 consecutive innings where Mustangs pitchers haven't allowed a run.
Quite a streak for sure.
With the 5 shutout tonight, the shutout they put together last night. And it dates back to last week up
He's
at
running
Ryan.
again.
Foul ball.
They wouldn't have been doing a 2-strike hit and run, would they, Jeff?
No, I'm sure. I mean, that's a run and look in. I mean, you're as a hitter there, you've got to protect the plate. But it doesn't mean your runner can't go there. And with 2 outs, even if he hits it in the air, he's moving on contact anyway. So not a bad spot to put him in motion. Not going that time.
Wow.
Pulled foul. Some moves and odds with the powerful foul ball. Grapevine looking to win their 13th straight game tonight.
I guess they're 23-3 coming into tonight. Is that correct?
And 9-0 in district play, 23-3.
Not too bad. There's a good look at Coach Webster down there at third base, sporting that that's base hit right there, Will.
Another knock for Lale. He's got 5 in the series, and he'll dig for second and get there sliding in safely. Second and third now for the Mustangs.
Almost hurt himself on that slide.
Mustang Nation. Now batting number 24, Gianni Carell.
Yeah, back-to-back multi-hit games now for Lale.
You know, that actually, he should get credit for a double there.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. The ball wasn't thrown to a different bag. It was thrown to second.
That's true. That's true.
We've had 2 doubles like that tonight where guys are credited basically with hustle doubles for the Mustangs. And it was a well-hit ball. Gianni Corral at the plate with runners now on second and third. We've got the icon working. Those bills being paid work quickly.
Yes, they do.
That.
Must be American Express putting it down there. Look at that rip.
Pulled foul.
Yeah, they're getting the barrel out now just a little too quick.
We've talked about this, that second and third time through, that Mustangs order, I'd love to see what the batting average is against the same pitcher when they come through the third time.
Yeah, tonight
We should check our research staff and see if they can get that.
For you.
Yeah. Oh, look at that.
That's well hit.
Well hit.
Get out of here, ball.
That's out of here, ball.
Yes, in the net.
Yes.
Gianni gets on the board with a home run. I think that's his first one of the season, and just left of that scoreboard out there.
A 3-run shot.
That's a home run for the Grapevine Mustangs.
And Gianni Corral's first of the season.
Now, Jeff, we actually were talking about that, or you guys were, like maybe a couple games back, where the only guy that had a home run last year that doesn't have one yet this year was Gianni.
Yeah, I was actually saying I was surprised that he had not hit one yet this season, because he I believe had hit one in the last 2 seasons, and we knew he had the power and just finally got one up a little bit right there.
So you mentioned.
Well, what I was going to say, Will, is you kind of turn your head and you don't really realize it, but the Mustangs are 3 runs away from ending this game.
Right. They are indeed, and Gianni Corral's 3-run shot, I mean, such an impressive guy, a staple of this program, an all-state selection last year when he hit 376. He's above 300 again this year. He's only struck out 3 times all year, really good bat-to-ball skills, and he puts it over the wall there. As Ray, a guy whose approach has been so great, walked his first time up, grounded out to first his second trip, hits with an 0-2 count.
Yeah, one thing we weren't sure about last night, Gianni is a Weatherford junior college commit. We weren't sure about that, or I wasn't sure, but it is on the stat sheet tonight, and if things go as planned, Connor Ray may be his teammate after another season here with the Mustangs.
Connor Ray committed to Weatherford?
That's the report we're getting.
Yeah, right. That's if he doesn't get drafted. Somebody's going to, if he keeps on the trajectory, maybe somebody will. Oh, that was a great pitch.
So Ray caught looking, but not before a 3-run home run from Gianni Carell. The Mustangs adding on. They lead 7-0. Back to action here on Mustang Baseball Live on Tradio. Grapevine going for their 13th straight win tonight, looking to move to 10-0 in district play. It would be 48-2 over their last 50 district games if they could pick up a victory here tonight, and would secure their 4th straight district title as well. As Luke Esquivel begins another inning of action, Jeff, Trey, Will, happy to be with you.
Yeah, as Luke starts his 6th inning of work tonight, he's thrown 63 pitches, 48 of those strikes.
Gosh, unbelievable. I don't know. That's over 2/3, isn't it? That's like more than that. That's
You're pretty
70%.
good at math, yeah.
80%.
Yeah, more around 80%. But, yeah, we weren't sure.
Oh, my gosh.
Another 10-plus strikeout game for Luke Esquivel, his 10th coming here in the 6th.
That was a classic BC Carpenter frozen pizza right there, wasn't it?
That's his line.
So Jack Subjack caught looking. He's been retired all 3 times tonight on strikes as it brings Chase Reeves up. He's got 2 of the 3 Hawks hits tonight. He's 2 for 2. Both of those through the left side. So we'll see if Luke can retire him for a first time tonight. And it's fouled away.
Yeah, notice Reeves is also listed as a quarterback for the football team, so quite an athlete.
And a good arm at that. He was clocked above 90.
Yeah, we saw that also, and some limited pitching action.
Yeah, hasn't got a ton of time. Speaking of 90, that certainly looked every bit of it. Fire fastball, 1 ball, 2 strikes the count.
See if we can't go. I'll go in between innings and see if we can't get some data.
No, we'd love that.
We're all about data.
We are. Here at Tradio, Luke Esquivel.
We're a data company, Will.
No doubt.
Oh, that's going to be a tough play.
Yeah, that's in the air a long time.
Luke gathers to first in time.
Gosh.
Threw a 90-mile-per-hour fastball to first base there because he had to get Reeves.
So that'll bring up Carson Blake as Reeves is retired for the first time tonight. Grapevine, you know, it dates back to when Tradio started covering Grapevine baseball. They haven't lost to Birdville since Tradio came along in the mix. They've won now 7 straight games against Birdville. This will be the 8th consecutive victory. They swept them in 23, 24, 25, and looking to do so here in 26 as that smacked through the left side by Blake and a 2-out base knock for the Hawks.
Well, you mentioned earlier with the win tonight, the Mustangs will be 48-2 in the district in the last 4 seasons. So there's a lot of district teams that have been getting swept by the Mustangs. I believe Colleyville has one of those wins against the Mustangs in the last 4 years, and Argyle has one of those wins.
Yes, that's it. That's a ground ball.
This would be a tough play, though. That hit the runner
Will Newton.
real close.
On to first, Luke puts up another 0. It's what he's done all year, yet to surrender a run. It's all Grapevine. They lead 7-0.
I'm not gonna tell your secrets. I'm not gonna let them use you up. I'm not pass any judgment. I'm not the usual.
7-0 score as we continue here from Grapevine. New arm into the game, Brody Bemrick. He threw an inning, allowed 1 hit on 23 pitches, along with 1 strikeout and 1 walk last night. And so back out for a second consecutive day. And the right-hander facing the bottom third of this Mustangs order.
Yeah, he only went 1 inning last night, but actually was the most effective Hawks pitcher last night. Did hold the Mustangs scoreless in that 7th inning of work.
So Nomar Torres, he was hit his first time up, popped out to second in his second trip to the plate. Up to 427 this season at the plate. Swing and a miss, though, and so he may see that 7-game hit streak come to a close tonight, striking out there.
That's a tough break, but I'll tell you what, that's a very difficult thing to strike out Nomar Torres.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it was a good breaking pitch right there. He located it well and got Nomar reaching for it. Will Newton's going to hit for himself.
Looks like, yep.
Now batting for your Mustangs, number 15, Will Newton.
Yeah, I like this right here, Coach, is giving Will a shot to get in there and get a swing.
So hitting in the spot of the DH, which was occupied by Montez. And
Oh, that's going to be down. Get over there.
Going to the opposite field, but it's covered there by Eric Ortiz out in left.
Yeah, they had him shaded that way, it looks like.
Mustangs, number 14, Connor Goday.
So Connor Goday. So Grapevine leading 7-0, looking to add on. Perhaps get some better insurance. You don't need much of it when Luke Esquivel's on the mound. We shall see if he'll go back out there to try to complete what he started. You mentioned that pitch count not too high for him.
Yeah, I think it'll be a situation where they're going to bring another guy out there. Is there somebody warming up over there?
It looks like I see the ball moving around in the pen, but obviously we're a little blocked off from our vantage point.
Yeah, there's a coach over there, so that I'm guessing he's supervising the pitching over there.
21 straight scoreless innings for Mustangs pitching now. Looking for back-to-back shutouts here against Birdville. And all in all, Jeff, one of the most interesting, I know I mentioned the series history and Trey as well, but the Mustangs since the start of 2023 haven't had a game where they've allowed more than 2 runs against the Hawks. They've pitched really well against Birdville. In fact, they've outscored them 47-1 over the last 6 games, including tonight. 40-1 over the last 5 heading into tonight of the aggregate score, and now 47-1 over the last 6, including tonight's game. So pretty dominant efforts between Grapevine over Birdville.
Well, I could tell you back in 21, 22, Birdville and Richland were battling for district championship spot in those years. So there definitely is a cycle time.
Oh yeah,
moves in and out, but we're living in a generational type situation here at Grapevine. For the last 3 years.
Oh yeah,
last 4. I mean that 23 team. That 23 team. They won the first game against Lubbock Cooper, right? And then they lost 2 on that Saturday.
Yeah, well, that 23 team went undefeated in the district play, and got tripped up in the playoffs, but they had quite a season.
That team's the team that started this streak of consecutive district titles, which Grapevine could lock one up here tonight for their 4th straight. And they were all the way to the quarterfinals before winning the title in 24 and 25 as Luke Esquivel is at the plate. Runner will advance to second base.
Yep, and hopefully he will show up on the screen on second base. We do have runner icons.
We're hoping. But we don't know if the bill got paid, did it?
No, hold on. When it goes gray like that, it's not going to do anything. You got to wait till it refreshes and reconnects.
Gianni, Carell, and Lale were on that 23 team, and I bet if you ask them, they tell you they got a lot of valuable experience on that deep playoff run that team made, and brought that winning tradition back in the next year in 24 and went all the way.
Hey, you think he's got the swing away here, Jeff?
In a 7-0 ball game, maybe. Nope, it doesn't look like it though.
No,
didn't take it off the shoulder.
He definitely didn't take it off.
So Jimmy Webster, another great team that he's put together, though, too. I mean, 625 career wins overall as a head coach at this level is so impressive, and it's great staff that he's had. A team that went 36-3 a year ago, 11-1 in district play, looking to maintain unbeaten in district play tonight.
Look at 36-3 last year, 40-5. The year before.
For the Mustangs, number
I mean,
9,
everybody was
Andreas
talking
Martinez.
about when Coach Webster won his 500.
That's what I remember. Yeah, the planning.
Yeah,
the planning that went
a big
into
deal.
the 500 victory, and then he got the next 100 in a hurry.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, yeah, now 625. Looking for 626 tonight, and Grapevine looking for some insurance as we've got icons on first and second.
Connerly, he's out there doing some data research, isn't he? I mean,
He doesn't have a day job, apparently.
sky toward
Yeah, off the
right.
handle. It's gonna be-
And hauled in by Moore. And the side retired. Grapevine 3 outs away from another shutout victory. We'll see if they can do it. They've had it in 3 of their past 4 games. They lead 7-0 as we move along.
After 6 innings.
Andres, do you prefer natural grass or turf?
I'm gonna say turf, but I will never complain about a good natural grass like we have.
Favorite superhero?
Batman.
Best road trip snack?
You can never go wrong with cheeses.
Who's the one guy on the team you would bring to you if you were left on a deserted island?
Will. He always has a crazy idea.
Colorful cleats or colorful gloves?
Gloves.
Who is the best hat in all the majors?
The Yankees. That's iconic.
What's your go-to karaoke song?
Party in the USA.
And what was your favorite athlete growing up?
Derek Jeter.
Andres, thanks for your time, man.
Of course.
Andres, do you prefer natural grass or turf?
I'm gonna say turf, but I will never complain about a good natural grass like we have.
Favorite superhero?
Batman.
Best road trip snack?
You can never go wrong with cheeses.
Who's the one guy on the team you would bring to you if you were left on a deserted island?
Will. He always has a crazy idea.
Colorful cleats or colorful gloves?
So it is Luke
Gloves.
Esquivel who will try to finish what he started. What has he done so far? Well, 6 innings, no runs, 10 punch-outs, a 7-0 lead for Grapevine. They try to go for their 13th straight win, looking to move to 24-3 on the year, 10-0 in district play. They'd lock up their 4th straight district title. And now they have scored 7 or more runs in each of their past 8 games. Swing and a miss. But they score over 8 per game, so that should be no surprise. As they had a streak of 6 straight games with 10 or more.
Oh, that's a nice hit right there.
It's over the head.
His brother tried to go up the ladder to get it.
Aiden Gray getting aboard.
Yeah, just muscled that one out into left field. He got jammed a little bit, but got it over Lale's head. And Lale, I believe his dad told me he's now up to 6'6", so that's a big reach he's got to flag a ball like that down.
Yeah, so in one of the interviews with one of the players on Meet the Mustangs, Logan asked the player, who's the grandpa on the team? he said that's got to be Lale.
Oh yeah, Meet the Mustangs tonight with what? Caleb Evans joined the program.
And Andres Martinez, right?
Andres Martinez.
Logan Scott's doing a great job on that for us. And over with Fort Worth Christian, he also does the Cardinal Connections, right?
And he does the pregame interviews
with the coaches.
Yes. Right. So he's helping Jeff, taking a load off Jeff Knipper's play. A shout out to Logan Scott for that.
Yeah, but we want to get some interviews with Coach Wash and Coach Mooney, and that'll be Knipper's job.
Okay. Yeah, I'm looking forward to doing those interviews. I actually miss the pregame interviews that I've done the last couple seasons with Coach Webster, but maybe in the playoffs.
Okay,
we'll do
he's
that.
playing his case.
He is. He's planting the seed.
I don't want to cut into Logan's airtime, and I've yet to even meet Logan, but I feel like I know him. He's done all these interviews.
Yeah.
He actually, I told him if he got here tonight, we'd put him on the mic.
Oh, yeah.
That's what this headset I'm wearing was for.
We've got
that's why we.
right?
But then he texted me right before the game started and said, just got off an airplane in Portland, Oregon. I'm not going to make the game.
No.
So.
Did he not have school this week?
He may have, but who knows? He could have been going to visit a college or something.
No, good for him.
I mean, I don't know.
Right. So still in school. Jeff Knipper wondering about my day job. You know, where the whereabouts of everybody.
You worked some long hours, Will.
Why don't you ask him how hard he worked today, Jeff? Go ahead.
Hey, I took a lot of swings on the golf course, way more than I wanted to.
See, there you go,
There's
Will.
a swing and a miss, 11 strikeouts.
Speaking of swings, nice Sagi.
It was a tough day out there today.
Where'd you go? Getting your inner masters out, right?
Played Hackberry Creek. It was,
looking like Rory?
There's a lot of hacking going on out there.
You see the lead that he has after 2 rounds.
6 strokes, wow.
Largest lead ever after 2 rounds at Augusta.
I think this is a pinch hitter right here for the Hawks.
Yeah, he got a hack last night.
And it's number 28, who we don't have on our roster.
Yeah, tough ask. Could come in and come off the bench and face Luke.
Yeah, a little bit of breeze come through and mess with the research crew's deliverables.
Yeah, Tradio's got a great research department, right, don't they?
I tell you what, you're doing a good job, Will. We do have pretty good analytics. Good pitch. So if I'm standing in the box right there, it's like just explodes. I mean, what are you going to do? That had every bit of 89, 90 on it.
Yeah, definitely a good fastball.
Throw that curveball and he gets him.
And he does. Trey Bell all over it. The curveball with the punch out. Make it a dozen. 3rd time he's had 12 or more strikeouts in a game. 12 matching a season high, which he's achieved 2 other times. And he's down to one more out before Grapevine can secure what would be their 13th straight win. 8th straight against Birdville. And also, impressively on the mound, it would be 22 consecutive shutout innings for Grapevine pitching. And it would be their 4th shutout win in the last 5 games. We'll see if they can do it.
It's another pinch hitter right here for the Hawks, Woodard.
The senior.
It's a left-handed hitter. This is a tough matchup against Luke.
So J.T. Woodard watches for a strike. So Trey Bell went somewhere else, Jeff. We're on our own.
Probably getting us set up for the
post-game
show.
Yeah, so if you're joining us now and you haven't been following all year, a post-game interview, and Jeff Knipper handling those duties with our player of the game. And well, you could have a guess of who it could be. Maybe going to be a guy who's maybe going to get his 13th strikeout of the game tonight. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll give away the surprise. It's going to be Luke tonight.
Yeah, right. Trying to build intrigue can be difficult when you go complete game shutout. If he should finish what he started here. But
I like his chances.
Yeah, but 13, that would be a new high for him in the punch-out departments this season.
Well, that was a good spot for one. He thought he might get the call there, but Woodard laid off of it.
So runner at first, the 1-2. Swing and a miss. That's 13 strikeouts for Luke Esquivel, and he completes the complete game shutout. A 7-0 victory for a 2nd straight day for Grapevine. They win their 13th in a row, and Luke Esquivel, 7 shutout innings tonight. Very impressive work. And it's the Mustangs who win their 13th straight game, and that's their 4th consecutive district championship as they move to 10-0 in league play. Their 8th straight win over Birdville. 22 straight scoreless innings from Grapevine pitching. And they win it 7-0 for a 2nd straight day over Birdville, handing them their 1st and now 2nd district losses to wrap up another 1 seed in district play. They'll have a home playoff game to begin things, and Grapevine continuing to do impressive things as they continue their quest for a 3rd straight state title. Luke Esquivel will be our player of the game. Jeff Knipper going over to talk with him here in just a moment, so hang with us here on Cardinal Baseball Live on Tradio. Luke Esquivel now in 8 starts this year, improving to 8-0. His ERA still at 0. And he's about 41 1/3 pitched this season, and he hasn't allowed an earned run. And he added 13 strikeouts to the ledger tonight. Up to 65 on the year in 41 1/3 innings with no runs allowed, and He continues to dominate. He's already had a couple 12 strikeout games, and he tops it with 13 tonight, along with 2 hits. Such an impressive job by Luke Esquivel, performing at such a high level. And Grapevine wins it, a 7-0 final score. Luke Esquivel, the Max Preps Freshman of the Year nationally last year, reclassified to be a sophomore. And he comes out in such a big way to pick up the victory here tonight with 2 hits and 7 shutout innings with 13 strikeouts. The LSU commit that is just 16 years old is with Jeff Knipper, and he'll talk to him in just a moment. And we'll have that for you here on Cardinal Baseball Live on Tradio. So just stand by and we'll hear from Luke Esquivel and Jeff Knipper as they get set here in just a moment.
here. So congratulations to your district champion, Grapevine Mustangs. We have got just a few minutes, boys and girls. The guys post game. We got Luke. We're gonna hear some words from Luke, and then we got the boys coming over here with autographs. This is
Check 1 2. Check 1 2.
This is
Okay.
gonna be awesome.
Okay, I'm here with the Tradio player of the game, Luke Esquivel. Luke, complete game shutout, 13 strikeouts, also 2 for 3 at the plate with an RBI. Tell me what your best pitch tonight was, and just how you felt in overall.
Before I say anything, I want to thank the man above. Without him, none of this would be possible. And yeah, I felt great. I come prepared to these games, and I'm just here to show that we're the best team in the country.
Well, y'all made a good case for that the last couple of years for sure. But 13 strikeouts and just another dominant outing for you. I said this earlier during the broadcast. You make it look easy. Tell me what, again, from a pitching standpoint, what did you feel like you really had going tonight?
Honestly, I had everything going, and when I have everything going, that's when I'm at my best, and that's what you just saw here tonight.
Well, we also looked at before the game, you've been hot at the plate. You came in hitting over 500 in the last 6 games. Tell me at the plate, as you've really heated up, what's the catalyst there?
Just trying to hit the ball hard, stay back, and get a fastball that I can crush.
Okay. Well, you've done a good job with that. Last year you were pushing 500 a lot of the season. This year now you're pushing 400, and I'm sure by the end of the year you'll probably be there. So just love watching you play. Tell me from a team perspective what you like to see from the Mustangs as y'all close out another outstanding district season.
We just need to keep this momentum going into the playoffs, and all my teammates are so great. We all work so hard, and it shows on the field. It really shows.
Well, Luke, thanks for your time. Hey, looking forward to seeing you back out there again next week. So have a great weekend and enjoy dinner at your at Chili's with your grandparents.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. So we're going to sign off for Tradio. This has been Mustang Baseball Live on Tradio. Have a good night, and tune in next week for the Richland series.